In a moment that shook the WWE Universe and sent shockwaves across social media, Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate himself, stumbled during his iconic entrance on Monday Night Raw. But the real twist came when Paul Heyman, his longtime advocate and master strategist, reacted in a way that no one saw coming. Tonight, we break down everything: the fall, the reaction, the backstage buzz, the fan theories, and what this unexpected moment means for the future of Brock Lesnar in WWE. Brock Lesnar is one of the most dominant, intimidating, and larger-than-life personalities in WWE history. A superstar whose very presence inside any arena generates a thunderous atmosphere. His entrance theme alone is enough to send chills down the spine of the WWE Universe. But this week on Monday Night Raw, something happened that fans rarely, if ever, associate with a man like Brock Lesnar: a stumble. The moment became instantly viral. Cameras caught Lesnar losing his footing for a brief second during his walk toward the ring. Though he regained control almost immediately, the slip was clear enough for millions of viewers to notice. And while the fall itself surprised fans, what truly captured global attention was the reaction of none other than Paul Heyman, Lesnar's advocate, strategist, and often the voice of the Beast. Paul Heyman's response was a blend of shock, humor, professionalism, and a hint of the signature Heyman cunning that fans have seen for years. It left viewers debating whether the moment was real, scripted, or simply a rare human slip in an otherwise larger-than-life WWE world. In this detailed report, we break down everything from the incident itself to reactions on social media, backstage whispers, and what this moment symbolizes for Brock Lesnar's future. It was a regular Monday night episode of WWE Raw. Fans inside the arena were loudly chanting long before Lesnar's theme music hit. Red lights flashed across the entrance ramp, the Beast's familiar walkout sequence began, and as always, the audience erupted with excitement. But just a few steps down the ramp, Brock Lesnar stumbled. It wasn't a full fall, more like a sudden slip, a quick imbalance, the kind that lasts barely half a second but becomes unforgettable when it involves someone of Lesnar's stature. Cameras captured every angle, and the slip instantly made its way across social media platforms. Lesnar, being the veteran he is, recovered immediately. He straightened himself, cracked what appeared to be a half-smile, and continued toward the ring. But in the background, Paul Heyman was visibly reacting, and that's what made the moment even more captivating. Paul Heyman has always been a master storyteller, both inside and outside the ring. His facial expressions alone are enough to create some of the most memorable WWE moments. But his reaction to Brock Lesnar's stumble was something fans described as priceless. Heyman's eyes widened first. Then came a brief moment of frozen surprise, followed by a subtle smirk, almost as if he was ready to turn the moment into part of the storyline. Some fans claimed they saw him mouth the words, "You okay?" Others said Heyman looked like he was holding back laughter. A handful insisted he was already calculating how to incorporate the moment into a future promo. The truth is, Heyman's reaction was natural, human, and yet perfectly in character. Even when something unexpected happens, Paul Heyman remains the master of improvisation. His reaction added flavor to the moment, making the stumble more than just a slip, it became content. Although WWE never officially commented on the incident, several backstage insiders reported that Brock Lesnar was completely unfazed. According to these sources, Lesnar laughed it off as a simple misstep. Given his background in MMA, WWE, and even football, he has dealt with far more dangerous moments than a slip on the ramp. People close to the situation mentioned that Lesnar made jokes backstage, referencing his own stumble and teasing Paul Heyman for his exaggerated reaction. The vibe backstage was reportedly lighthearted. Some wrestlers joked that even the Beast Incarnate has human moments. Others said the slip was barely noticeable, compared to the way fans exaggerated it online. One thing was clear: Brock Lesnar was not embarrassed. If anything, he seemed amused. This attitude only reinforced what fans already knew: Lesnar is confident, composed, and never bothered by small things. The WWE Universe loves to analyze every detail. The moment Lesnar stumbled, fan theories began spreading like wildfire. Was the fall real? Was it part of a storyline? Was Paul Heyman's reaction scripted? Most wrestling analysts agree that the stumble was legitimate, not planned. WWE typically does not script physical imperfections during entrances, especially for a superstar like Brock Lesnar. The nature of the slip, the immediate recovery, and the spontaneous reaction from Heyman all point toward authenticity. However, Because this is WWE, where reality and storyline constantly blend, many fans assumed the company would eventually integrate the moment into future promos or segments. And knowing Paul Heyman's creative mind, that possibility cannot be ruled out. Within minutes of Lesnar's entrance airing live, clips of the slip began circulating on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and even Reddit. Memes flooded timelines, with some fans joking that the Beast slipped but the floor lost. Others edited dramatic music into the clip, while some added slow-motion effects to make it even more entertaining. Despite the humorous reactions, fans were overwhelmingly supportive. Many praised Lesnar for handling the moment with confidence and maturity. Some even said it made him more relatable. One fan tweeted, "Even Beast slip, but Brock Lesnar stands up like nothing happened. Respect." Another wrote, "Paul Heyman's reaction deserves an Emmy. That man sells everything." The incident, rather than diminishing Lesnar's aura, actually strengthened the connection between him and the audience. Fans love authenticity, and this moment provided exactly that. Unexpected entrance moments are nothing new in WWE. Over the years, many superstars have experienced wardrobe malfunctions, slips, or unexpected reactions from the crowd. But Brock Lesnar's stumble stands out because it happened to someone known for near-perfect dominance. Unlike comedic characters who might embrace such moments, Lesnar rarely experiences vulnerabilities. That's why this small slip became a major talking point. Fans aren't used to seeing the Beast Incarnate caught off guard. It was a break in the usual narrative, and that's what made it memorable. But in typical Brock Lesnar fashion, he handled it better than anyone could have expected. Paul Heyman's brilliance lies in his ability to elevate every scenario he is part of. Whether it's cutting a legendary promo, managing a top superstar, or simply reacting at ringside, he has unmatched charisma. His reactions have gone viral countless times, and this moment was no different. Heyman's mix of shock and humor added entertainment value to the stumble. Fans discussed his reaction more than the fall itself. This shows just how powerful Heyman is as a performer. He doesn't just support superstars, he enhances them. His facial expressions, subtle gestures, and unmatched storytelling ability make even the smallest moment feel significant. And once again, he proved why he is one of the greatest managers in wrestling history. Some fans wondered whether the fall would affect Lesnar's tough guy image. But the reality is the opposite. The fact that he recovered instantly, laughed about it backstage, and continued performing as usual shows confidence. Lesnar's image is built on dominance, toughness, and authenticity, and a brief stumble doesn't change any of that. If anything, it reminds audiences that even the strongest humans can have small missteps. It makes him more relatable, which is rare for a powerhouse character like him. Furthermore, WWE's storytelling thrives when real-life moments blend into character narratives. If the company decides to reference the moment in promos, it could even become part of a new storyline, especially with Paul Heyman involved. WWE has a long history of turning unscripted moments into storyline gold. With Paul Heyman being such a creative mind, it wouldn't be surprising if this stumble becomes a talking point in future promos. Heyman could use it to build tension, add humor, or even challenge future opponents to mock Lesnar, only to be destroyed in return. For example, an opponent might tease Lesnar about slipping, and Heyman could respond with a fiery promo, turning the joke back on them. If WWE chooses to incorporate it into the narrative, it could add depth, humor, and realism to future episodes. Even if they don't, the moment has already become part of Lesnar's legacy. Fans often forget that performers, no matter how strong or perfect they appear on screen, are still human beings. Stumbles, slips, and unexpected moments happen. What truly matters is how those moments are handled. Brock Lesnar's reaction, calm, confident, and unfazed, shows the professionalism that has kept him at the top of the industry for decades. And Paul Heyman's reaction, dramatic, humorous, and memorable, shows why he remains a cornerstone of WWE entertainment. The combination of the two created a moment that fans will talk about for years. In the end, Brock Lesnar's stumble during his WWE Raw entrance was a brief, human moment, but it became a massive talking point because of who he is and how Paul Heyman reacted. The Beast Incarnate remains as dominant and charismatic as ever, while Heyman once again proved his unmatched talent for turning the smallest detail into entertainment. From the live crowd's shock to social media's memes, and from Heyman's theatrical reaction to Lesnar's calm professionalism, the moment captured every element of what makes WWE such a unique blend of sports and storytelling.